Greetings, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It has been a long time since we've done this sort of platform. So, welcome, everybody. Normally, y'all will catch me as I'm driving around. I'm going to go on to the Book of Faces and make sure we are live there as well. So, welcome, everybody. All right, normally, looks like we are live. Y'all will catch me as I'm driving around. And I will monitor. I'll monitor this here, and then I will have chat. I'm gonna see if we get chats on the program that I'm using. Oh wow! So I am getting them. Looks like they're gonna come through both on Facebook and on YouTube. All right, so let's do a roll call. Let's see who was here first. Oh, it's only one number one. Y'all do know that. So it looks like Manor 82. Welcome to the show. Good evening, Christina. Of course. Hey, Christina. Mwah. Sending you love down there in Houston. Miss Grace. Mwah. Down there in Florida. Knife Collector. Mwah. In Arkansas. Queenie. Mwah. In Texas. Tara in Georgia. And Miss Evanston. I want to say Minnesota. Am I right? Love you guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. And to the Facebook crew, if you want to be a part of our YouTube crew family, then head over to YouTube and type in Plant-Based Homestead Prepper, and you will be able to see us there. Good evening to my mother. She just chimed in. Hey, Linda in Texas. Kisses and hugs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate that. All them mocha lattes right in my backyard, right up the street, where the breakout is happening in Virginia. How you doing up there? Cause y'all got a little what they call it when you got a whole bunch of cases. Anyway, y'all got a whole bunch of them out there where all them mocha lattes live. So be safe, sweetheart. Be safe. All right, so we're waiting on our special guest this evening. And she should be coming in momentarily. I'm really excited about this interview. I hadn't done an interview in a while. I can't remember the last time I did one. God, it's been months. I know it's been months. So Manor 82 says then California. What part of California? Kev H out there in Las Vegas. Oh goodness, this ought to be good. Kev H, where did it come from? I'm gonna be the guinea pig. Where did it come from? I bet it is crazy there. I bet it is. Can't post comments to some destinations. Really? Okay. All right. On the Book of Faces, we got Miss Williams. Hey, Rod. You never say hi to me. What? Cherise. Hello, sweetheart. In Chi-Town, I think, Chicago. So welcome. And if you're on Facebook and you want to get a shout out, this is your time while we're waiting on our special guest to she said most of the time. I shout you out all the time. Sandra Johnson, love to you. Love to you, Cherise. Love to you, mama. I'm getting stingy. What am I getting stingy? I didn't even see oh, I didn't see your name. Hello, mother-in-law. You didn't get a kiss because I didn't see you. I apologize. Where is our special guest? Oh, I didn't see your name. Hello, mother-in-law. Mama, can you call Michelle and see if she having trouble getting on for me or whatever? Because I'm using my phone to monitor Facebook. Brother Jerry Santiago, what's up, my brother? How you doing, man? Hadn't seen you in a while. Y'all safe over there? Okay. Well, we're waiting on our special guest. We're gonna do some talking tonight about everybody's favorite subject, coronavirus, right? And I got a registered nurse coming in. Okay, let me read this right here. They are a result of unhealthy eating. The healer is the sun. It resembles the sun. So my bet is that it imprints its image on you in a negative light when you do not properly absorb its energy. So if you eat animals, it causes disease. You know what, Kev H? That's not a bad synopsis. Okay. Amen. All is well. I hear you, brother. I'm glad you are here. Thank you for joining us. You know what, Kev H? That you might be on to something. You might be on to something. Corta Pringle. Hello, Corta Pringle. All right, so let me call my special guest and see if she's having any challenges getting in. Certainly hope not. And right now, I'm about to catch back up with Facebook. She might be having some challenges. I don't know. I'm gonna call and find out. Cause it's 2 after. She's normally right on time, if not early. I'm give y'all some elevator music. Hey, you having problems?
No, I haven't tried yet. I'm not going down.
All right, you coming in? Okay.
Your mom's calling me. Okay.
Yes, I told her to call you, but just come on in live.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Bye-bye. She's just a little behind. You know, Texas time is always like 5 minutes later than regular time. I made that up. Sam is watching on YouTube. Yeah, I see him pop in. Hey, Sammy and Corta, our good friends out here in Virginia. I know it came from those who flew in on planes in the boat people. We're gonna hunt New Yorkers who left the state, safe place, or military, and lose looking for them. Oh, okay. All right, so she should be coming in real soon. Got a whole look. As a great interviewer, I got a whole page of questions. And I want you guys, I'm gonna be monitoring both sites, YouTube and Facebook. So make sure that you guys ask your questions when she gets in. Don't bombard it. Let me run through a few questions in the beginning. I saw the police looking for them too. Eat mixed clean foods and get some sun, exercise, and sweat works best. That's all great advice, Kev H. All great advice, brother. Why the Texas chose? Because I'm from Texas. That's why I can talk about home. And you know that's how it is. BDP, BDP. All right, so plant-based homestead prepper family. Y'all give me a chance to talk with her, and I know you guys are gonna ask a ton of questions, which I want you to. Facebook fam, I want y'all to do the same thing, ask a ton of questions. And then I'm going to have another health professional on tomorrow evening. Okay. We'll get it from a different perspective. Both medical fields, different jobs. All right. All right. Let's see here. Yura is in. Hello, Yura. I didn't see you. All right. Looks like we have our special guest. Let me bring her in. Look at that. All right. What's up?
Hey, let me sit straight in my chair so my face not half off the screen.
Clean your camera off a little bit. You got a smudge on.
Oh, let's see.
We want to see them eyes. All right. Well, good evening, family. How you doing?
Hey, Bo, how you doing?
I'm doing good. You know, I can't complain. It's all good in the hood.
I feel like I'm crooked. Am I straight?
You look pretty good. You all right?
All right.
It's hard to.
That's what it is. Okay, good.
Better, you know.
Thank you, darling. Thank you.
Oh goodness. All right. So we have Jennifer Thompson, Manklin Franklin. So this is a good friend of our whole entire families. My mom, yeah. My sister Noah, my wife Noah, I Noah. She just family, y'all. And I'm not gonna tell her story. I'm gonna tell the parts I know. She is from B Moore, Maryland.
Right, man.
And that's Baltimore if you don't understand. So she's from Baltimore. She lives now in Texas. And I'll let her, tell if she wants to tell you guys the city, because we're gonna be getting into some great conversation this evening. So I'm gonna let you tell them if you want to tell them where where you live now. And
I'm in Tyler,
okay,
Texas.
all right. She lives in Tyler, Texas, my hometown where I'm from. And you are a registered nurse.
I am 20 years now.
Oh Lord, 20. Yeah, I didn't know we was that old.
Look, I'm not. I don't know about you.
Well, look, Shelly, you turn on yourself. You say you've been doing something 20 years. I mean, good gracious.
I started young.
You started at 12.
I started young. I'm still.
Oh goodness,
yes,
Lord. I know we could cut up and we could probably lose a whole hour just cutting up, but I want to talk seriously tonight about this subject that everybody is freaking out about, going crazy about. You name it, people got it going on. So I wanted to, and I appreciate you for coming in on short notice because I only texted you 2 hours ago.
Yes.
We move fast out here. So
it's good.
I said, hey, boo, you want to go live tonight? She's like, yeah, let's do it. She's like, what time? I was like, 8 o'clock. 7 o'clock. She's like, sure, why not?
Why not?
So here we are. We already covered what you do, and you already spilled the beans. You've been doing it 20 years. I didn't know you've been a nurse for 20 years. I didn't know that, Shelly.
I started as an LVN. Yeah, I started as LVN and then got my RN. Yep.
And she goes by many names. I have named her so many. So y'all will hear me say Michelle, Shelly, Franklin. I mean, I got so many. I don't know why she got so many nicknames. She has so many nicknames. Okay, so thank you so much for being with me this evening. Let's jump right in. Okay, in your professional background and in your career, have you seen anything like this?
Definitely not. Not something that has spread so fast. And I mean, the thing that is amazing to me is that I was listening to Steve Harvey the other day, and he said he was quoting Bill Gates, and he said, "This thing is bringing us is spreading like rapid, like wildfire, and it's bringing us together. And what it's doing is letting us know that we all need to come together because there's been so much separation,
right?
And that this thing does not discriminate."
Right.
Does not discriminate. I mean, you're talking young, old, doesn't matter what color you are, gender. I mean, none of it.
Right.
None of it matters. Everybody can get it. So, but no, nothing like it. Nothing like it. And it's for it to spread as fast as it has. That's the part that I think is so scary. I mean, the numbers are going up daily.
Yes. And I'm going to cover the numbers here in a minute. I pulled up the numbers about an hour ago, and they have jumped drastically since Jennifer and I looked at them probably about, it was about noontime, our time, and the numbers have they've flown up since then. So before the outbreak, how many patients were you guys seeing in your office on a regular basis?
On a regular basis, prior to the outbreak, I work with an older doctor that sees the most patients one of the most patients in the building, and he was seeing at least 30 patients a day.
Okay. So about 30 a day. And then now, how many?
Now, he probably saw, I would say maybe 60 this week.
Oh, wow. Okay. So it went down drastically.
And he saw, I think he's one of the ones that have seen the most people in the building. I mean, the line has never been so empty.
Okay.
And people are afraid. I mean, people are so afraid to even come to the doctor. People are calling just for their routine physicals. I need to cancel my appointment. We need to just wait a couple weeks till this thing go away.
So ultimately, you guys went from seeing 150 people a week now to 60 people. That's less than half.
that's kind of giving it some.
Okay.
It could be lower than that for him. It could be lower than that.
Okay.
You know, and he saw the most people in the building. So
wow. And what are you guys doing as far as protective when people are coming in? How are y'all treating folks? Because I've seen folks as far as being all suited up from visor all the way down to scrubs and everything down to shoes and sanitizing you at the door. What are y'all doing?
So what we're doing in our clinic, you know, I'm at Christus Trinity Mother Francis, and we have multiple outpatient departments and clinics. Okay. And so depending on what clinic you're at, because some of them are urgent cares.
Right.
And so some urgent care centers are, 2 of them actually are designated as testing centers.
Okay.
And then ours is just a primary care office.
Hold on, wait a minute. You actually work at a place where they're testing for the coronavirus?
I'm not working at my site is not testing. No, I was saying 2 urgent care clinics. 2 of our urgent care clinics are testing, and so we're sending people over there.
Now, how close are you to that testing center?
That testing center is both of them are on the other side of town, actually, from our. Yeah, both of those are on the other side of town. And so what we're trying to do is, you know, they're trying to have 1 or 2 like general areas where all the testing is being done, where you can send people so that people will feel safe to come into the office. So we have had people stand outside of our building all week. They're checking your temperature before you come in. If you have a cough, shortness of breath, or fever, you're not allowed to come in. You know, you're given a hotline number, or you know, somebody will triage you, but you're not allowed to even come into our building. We're not allowed to come into the building.
So if you test at the door, are they checking y'all too?
Yes.
So every morning, test at the door and you have a fever and a cough, either one.
Well, both. You have to have. Well, if you have a fever, you're not coming in.
Okay.
If you have a fever, you're not coming in, and the fever is 100.2.
Okay.
If you have a fever and you're not coming, and you're not coming in at all.
Okay.
If you have cough, shortness of breath, and fever, they're sending you over. They're giving you the hotline number, and they're sending you over, you know, the call, and they'll triage you through the call and schedule you for the test.
Okay.
So you can't just go into a center. Like a lot of people are calling, I just want to be tested.
Right.
Not really how it works, because a lot of people are just scared and they just are testing just the test.
Yeah, because a lot of people now are experiencing symptoms, but it's hay fever, it's allergies, and a lot of folks right now are scared. And they like, hey, I just want to know if I got it or not. And you don't even have I don't want to say you don't have a possibility of a chance of having it, but it's very unlikely that you have it.
Right. And so the one thing to remember is that it is change of season. And so most people at this time have allergies.
Right.
I don't know about y'all, but here the pollen is so thick. I mean, it's a green layer on the cars. And so corona or not, you know, before corona, this time of year, people are going to be sick anyway. You're going to have the runny nose. You're going to have the cough because you're having the post-nasal drip. Mm-hmm. You know, you're going to have those symptoms anyway. And so a lot of people are calling, I don't have corona. I just have this thing that I get every year. And I'm like, most likely you don't. So if you don't have a fever to accommodate it, you don't have the shortness of breath and cough, then most likely it is just allergies. And so you want to just try some over-the-counter medication as what you would normally do.
Okay.
If that's not going away, or if a fever develops again over 100.2, then, you know, they'll take you and triage you to see if you would even qualify to test. This is the other biggest thing. I had a patient last week. She had a fever. She had the cough. She had some shortness of breath initially. She went to the emergency room. They told her that she did not qualify. They went over everything because she had not been around anybody that was positive at that point. She had not traveled.
Okay.
And so they told her, you know, to call us the next day, call your primary care office. So she called us, Dr. Cushman. He felt like, she needed to be tested. They sent her over to be tested. They will run their own set of questions and tests. If you don't pass that set of questions, it doesn't matter if your doctor sends you over or not. They have their own. And only because it is such a limited supply
right.
of testing that they have to make sure that they're using it for people that actually need it.
Right.
And so they have they have their criteria that they're using to triage, and then they will test you. So that's why if you even are symptomatic, we give you the number, you call, they triage you through there, and then they will set you up for an appointment to be tested.
Okay.
You can't just walk in and get tested.
Gotcha. Okay, so this just a recap, and we got some new people that just joined us. So you work at a doctor's office. You guys have gone from seeing before the outbreak 150 somewhere around there patients a week down to 60 maybe, and you might be pushing those numbers.
I'm pushing the number. I'm definitely pushing it.
So it could be 50, it could be 55, it might even be 49.
It could be 40 to 60 is what I'm saying.
Right, 40 to 60.
Yeah.
Which is down less than half of what you guys normally see. So what are y'all doing? Y'all doing like teleconference, or y'all doing videos, or what?
So every day it has been changing. So every day we come in. So 2 weeks ago, they started with the teleconference.
Okay.
So you have the option they have the option that you can call in and do a video visit. We can do over the phone visits.
Okay.
And initially when it started, like really within 24 hours, everything is changing sometimes from the beginning of our shift to the end of the shift, it changes. So when they first started it 2 weeks ago, they said, it's going to be a $40 charge for the video. They couldn't bill the insurance. I think now because of everything shifting in less than 24 hours, it was free. And the video for us anyway, the video things were free, and they can call in.
Okay.
So the hard part is that if you have we're not just doing your physicals over the phone, we're not doing those type of things, but if you have a rash or something like that, right, they're utilizing the Zoom app.
Okay.
For the video chats, and so that part is nice. But at the same time, it's hard trying to convince people that it's safe to come in, that we're not even allowing people at the door. They really would rather see you in the office,
right?
Just try to, and I just tell people, I give them, hey, we're checking people at the door. You can't come in, this is considered a safer clinic, to come right in. You can still keep your physical or whatever, but it's at your comfort level. I can't make
so you guys, it's not you guys that have taken the clientele down. It's the people just not coming in.
The patients are afraid. I mean, it is here to the 10th power. It's definitely not us. We want you to come in.
Right.
We're like, I'm trying to convince people, listen, we have in our lobby, every other chair, they've placed a notice on there. It says social distancing. Every other chair is marked. So people in the lobby is big enough that you can sit, way across from somebody. You don't have to sit next to them. So, I mean, we're taking all the measures so that people that don't even have anything to do with Corona can still come in for their appointments. People are just, people are afraid.
Okay.
It's just, I literally, this is how bad it is. I literally had a man that was having chest pain. Okay.
Right.
Literally had a man on the phone that was having chest pain.
Possible potential heart attack.
Okay. For 3 days before he even called. Before I even talked to him, I am begging this man, please, please come in. I don't know. I just don't want to catch that thing. I don't want to catch that virus, sir. You're going to die. You worried about the virus, but you're going to die at home from a heart attack. I need you to understand. Wow. I need you to come in. I mean, he eventually came in, but I spent a good 15 minutes on that phone begging between him and his wife, trying to convince them that it was safe to come in.
But did he ever come in?
He came in eventually, and they ended up sending him. Look, they ended up sending him to the hospital because what? He had waited for so long.
He had waited so long.
Yes, this other man had 2 weeks ago. He had a respiratory issue that had been going on for a couple of days again.
Wow.
And let me just put this penny in this because y'all men, and you know this, Roderick, we've had this conversation.
Yeah.
Y'all are terrible. Y'all already wait 2 weeks or however long before y'all even call. The symptoms are already going on. So when y'all call, you need to come in. This man had been sick for a while, and he called. He was having some respiratory issues. I literally could hear this man breathing like this on the phone.
Wow, he's gasping.
Gasping. And he was telling me, it's not that bad. I'm going to wait. I don't want to get that thing.
Oh my goodness.
That man is in ICU.
Yeah. Now, did he test? Did they test him?
I'm not sure if they tested him or not. He didn't have, it wasn't anything to do with Corona.
Right.
He just
couldn't breathe.
He had a respiratory situation going on. That has nothing to do with the virus. He don't want to come in because he was afraid.
Right.
And literally he came in. I talked with him, like I said, about a week and a half ago. He came in Wednesday and he's in the ICU. He needed to be seen a week and a half ago and he waited, So I'm just urging people to please, don't allow fear to overrule your common sense, So
now, how are you guys' numbers looking in Tyler, and then have you been keeping up with the numbers in Texas at large?
Well, I don't know about Texas, but I did look up. It's about 44 cases in Smith County. In Tyler, I want to say it's about 19.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I think it's about 19.
Just so the audience knows, Tyler's about roughly anywhere between 80 to 100,000.
Yes.
People. Okay. So Tyler has roughly about 19 right now. 19 cases.
Yes, I believe so. You didn't
okay.
So you're doing a great job.
Thank you, man. So,
was that your honey there with you?
That's my honey there with me.
Tell your honey I said thank you. I didn't know I was taking y'all away from spending time together.
We were about there.
I was just telling you how good a job you're doing.
He look, he got come on, honey, come say hi. Look, come meet my brother from another mother.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, bro, how you doing?
All right. She was telling me a while ago. She said, "Oh, he want me to come on there and share." I was telling her, I said, "You know what? It's a gift. God gave you the gift to teach, to be an RN nurse, and that gift is not only for you, it's to glorify God. So get on there and do the best. It's always a good opportunity to be working with God when He give you gifts, because all our gifts is glorify God." That's what I was sharing.
We sure appreciate that, right?
All right, y'all have a good one now.
I told you when you posted a picture, I said I love that fella already.
All right, y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Thank you.
Yes, we were watching PureFlix.
What is it called?
PURE Flix instead of Netflix.
Oh, okay.
It's called PureFlix, PURE Flix.
Okay.
And it's all Christian-based movies on there. There's 100,000 movies on there. I mean, it's so many good movies on there.
Okay.
So many good movies. So I'm promoting that.
You heard it first here. PureFlix. All
PureFlix.
Good, wholesome Christian-based movies.
Whole family can watch it. It's hundreds of thousands of movies. Yeah.
I Am Gabriel.
He on the background talking. We just watched that I Am Gabriel. We in there crying like, oh.
That's the last thing I need to watch. Something that's gonna doggone make me cry. You know what, Michelle? Let me pause real quick and check the comments, because Jennifer came here and said make sure you answer people's questions. So let me see if we got anything. Let's see here. I'm just gonna scan through. If you guys have a question, just retype it now while I'm looking. All right. So.
Oh, you know what? I had it on private chat. I couldn't see it live chat on the side.
Okay.
I fixed it. Hey, all these people. Hey, people. I'm sorry.
All right. So Let me see. My temp has been 99.1 to 100.5 for like 7 days straight now. So we got one of our family members. She's been off and on running a temp for about a week now. She felt better for a few days, and then it came back.
How high was the temperature?
It's between 99.1 to 100.5.
100.5. Okay. And does she have a cough or shortness of breath?
Tara, do you have a cough or shortness of breath at all? And she does? Oh, okay. All right, and I'm still scrolling. We have over 400 cases, 4 deaths. Lord have mercy. Okay, I didn't see any other questions. What did he say?
Okay, let me scroll. I can see some stuff now. Let me see.
I don't see that. Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes, like when she first came on, people were like, "Oh, she's a nurse. Let's start asking questions."
Okay, well, you find tell me where they are, and I will be glad to ask them. See, I read all this, hon.
You're not getting the
Exactly. I'm not okay. So
No,
bring your phone in here, and then we can read all the questions. All right. So technical engineer is in the background telling me I got all these questions and I can't see them. Let them know Tyler is on the mandated stay in place. Okay. So my mom is reporting that Tyler is on the mandatory stay in place, and Yura, which is another family friend, she says she works at the ER. I know that for sure. And she said that her numbers at the ER, and people go to the ER for everything. And she said her numbers at the ER have dropped drastically.
Yes, people are afraid, especially they definitely not going to the emergency room. Oh,
yeah, they know that's where the corona gonna be.
All right.
That virus gonna be in there. I've heard that a couple times. They're definitely not going to go to the emergency room.
All right, so here's a question. Who's it from?
So it's from Miss Linda Bishop. Asked Michelle, you are on the front line. You're on the front line. Do you have PPE that's needed?
Yes, and so I know, depending on where you are in the United States, I know there have been people that have spoken of shortages, but we're okay. I actually had a patient that came in 2 weeks ago on a Monday, and that person had been to California, and so at that point, they tested her for the flu and for strep throat. That's another thing. They're going to test you for the flu and strep throat first. They want you to test negative for that first. At least that's what they were doing 2 weeks ago. Now I think the rules are changing. But 2 weeks ago, they wanted you to test for the flu and strep throat first, negative, before they would test you for COVID.
Okay.
Well, this girl she had traveled to California. She had all the symptoms: shortness of breath, cough, fever. And so she came to the office. And at that point, I didn't know she had traveled. So because it was kind of the beginning of it really getting big here in Tyler, I just went on and put everything on anyway, because I didn't know what she had. So I just kind of, protected myself anyway. So, and that's just kind of what we're doing. It's just, you really don't know what people have. So you just have to be smart and protect yourself. But we have plenty. That girl ended up being negative, thank the Lord.
Okay.
But, we kind of shut down after that, so we're not even allowing anybody with fever, like I said, in the building at all.
Have you guys seen anybody that came in and actually tested positive?
No.
Okay.
So
another question from the family.
Okay, so Kev H, I'm gonna give you both his questions because they kind of line up together. He said, is it as bad as they say it is, or is it a government trick? And where can we find the demographics on this about what people are most infected?
So I went to, like, if you want to go to your specific county, one, you can go to CDC website. You can go to the cdc.gov. They have some things listed, but I just Googled like Smith County. So you can Google whatever your county is, and it gave me a breakdown of every case and when it was discovered.
Okay.
So out of those 44 cases I just told you, it's like one is in Gregg County, one is in Polk County, and
Okay.
it'll say, and it said like, you know, the first case was on March the 12th, I want to say, and it was this, and this, you know. So it kind of went through and it gave specific cases. And so, what was the gentleman's name?
Kev H.
Kev H. No, I don't think it's a government hoax. This thing is serious and it's very much real. You know, I definitely don't think it's definitely not. It's definitely very much, people are dying. People are dying. It's not, and I have people that I have known personally. We had a piano player that lives in Atlanta, that, you know, used to be here in Tyler. He lives in Atlanta now. He was in the hospital positive with corona this past week. I know two people that personally have lost. One of my dear friends in the organization that I'm with just lost her cousin, like just yesterday, and passed away from this. And so definitely not a hoax.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So last, I know somebody asked, I have to find the question, but I know somebody asked earlier. I think it was About Time that asked, said, can you have a mild fever and not know it?
Sometimes some people have had fevers and not really have felt it, but most people that have fever, you feel hot, especially if you're above 100 point. If you're going up above 100 degrees, most people do. You have those rare people that, you know, everybody's body's a little different, so you can't like generalize, but most people kind of know when they have a fever. Okay. But I would say if you're worried about it, you know, get a thermometer and check, because the biggest thing to you guys is if you are sick, that's the thing, because people didn't know that they were sick and would be around other people, and so that's kind of how it's getting spread. And so if you know that you're sick, then just self-quarantine. We had people, if you know that you've traveled into a bad area, you know, self-quarantine. If you know you've been around somebody that's positive, then they'll definitely test you faster than they'll test just the average person.
And
so
it's gotten to a point now, Michelle, it's not even just travel from overseas. It's you travel in the United States.
Exactly. Like in Louisiana right now, Louisiana is a hot spot. Right. So they're on a whole nother level. So I think it's like 4,000 cases or something like that crazy that they said, I heard today. I don't know that for sure, but somebody said that. Okay. It's whatever it is, it's a lot there. And so they're on.
Well, they just held Mardi Gras, and they probably should not have done that.
It's not what they did.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what they was expecting. You got all these folks coming in to be around everybody, and now you wondering why you got a big jump in cases. Hello, you probably should have done what you just did.
Yeah.
So I've got another question.
Last question that is up right now says, I see articles. This is from Knife Collector. I'm sorry, it's from Dr. Knife.
Dr. Knife
says, I see articles saying millions of masks and tests are being sent, but every nurse and doctor I see say they have none or very few. What's the issue with getting them?
You know, honestly, I think that it hit us so fast, and I don't feel like they honestly were prepared. They just were not prepared. And so this thing hit overseas. It started in December with everybody, and it just kind of massively were dying. And we were kind of watching like, oh, that's happening over there. You know, that's them over there type deal. And then, you know, people were traveling. And so as it, you know, started coming across to us, it was just like, oh, it's only in California. Oh, it's only here. Right. And now it's kind of spread like wildfire all over. And so it's just, I feel like we were not prepared. That's honestly the honest answer. We were not prepared. Right. And so now they're scrounging up. And so at this point, it's like, oh, I can only test the people that are really sick and really need it. And so now they have all these screenings in place to do that. You know, and so that's the honest answer. We weren't prepared.
Okay.
We were in denial.
I got a question from somebody on Facebook. Actually, it's my mom. She said, "Can you not have the virus, but give it to someone else?" And I can probably answer that because the way it's being transferred, from what I understand, it can be on surfaces.
Right.
Which means you can pick it up, and you don't necessarily have to get it by touching your face or licking your fingers or whatever. And you probably could touch somebody else, and then they get it and handle it and put it in their orifice.
Yes.
So I mean, I guess you can not have it and then transmit it.
Yes.
That's why they tell everybody wash your hands, sanitize, Lysol, wipe down, so you can kill the virus.
Because you know, the bad thing is that, and this has been said, I've seen it so many times now, but it's the truth, is that they're telling you to do stuff that you should already been doing.
Right.
Yeah. You know?
Yeah, you should have been washing your hands anyway.
You should have been washing your hands anyway. But the simple things of being aware of when you touch a door handle. So if I sneeze, you know, if I sneeze in my hand and then I go touch the door,
right? Man's on the door.
You know, that whole thing. I mean, how many people do that? And so,
how many times I've gone into the bathroom, use the restroom. I go to wash my hands, and I see 3 or 4 people walk out, and they walk right past me while I'm washing my hands. It's just, it's nasty.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
That on a regular.
Yeah. So just a simple coughing into, you know, into your elbow if you have to, you know, that's a classic. If you have a tissue, that would be more ideal, so the droplets are not even going into the atmosphere. That's more, you know. And then I've just really literally, if I have to go inside Walmart or whatever, my sanitizer is in my cart.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whatever I'm picking up, because I don't know.
Yeah,
you know, you have no idea what surfaces it's on, and then the time frame changes depending on what type of surface it is.
Okay.
And so that's the.
Can you give us some examples? Because I hadn't heard that.
And so, like just a regular surface, it says 4 hours is a minimum. I heard something yesterday, Friday, that the original ship that docked, I can't think of where they were, but whatever that original ship was that docked, it's probably been at least 2 or 3 weeks ago. They said they went back and tested it again, and it was like 17 days later, and it was still some virus entities in there on the ship that were tested on surfaces. And so you have no idea. I mean, the information is changing so daily. The safest thing for you to do is to wash your hands, keep your sanitizer with you. If you have to touch surfaces, keep your sanitizer with you, and wash your hands when you can, at least for 20 seconds. And guys, this is my other thing too, because I've seen people wash their hands that really haven't washed their hands.
Yeah, that's it.
And so you want to lather, you know, back and forth through the fingers for 20 seconds minimum, you know, rubbing and under your nails, you know what I mean? All of that, 20 seconds minimum. Okay. I rinse and do it again. If you feel like you can't wash it, rinse and do it again. By the time you do all that again, you know, that you're 20 seconds, you're good. Right. If you feel like you can't count.
and like my mom say, you know, stay at home. You know, if you don't have to be out, don't go out, you know, because you're putting yourself at risk.
It's unnecessary. It's unnecessary risk. I mean, you know, the nice part is that I know here, if you are tired of cooking or that whole thing, there are a lot of restaurants that are doing curbside, so you can go pick your food, order your food, call and order it, go pick it up, and then go back home.
So you know what? That's one thing that Jennifer and I did about 3 weeks ago when I saw it was getting it hadn't even gotten bad. Now we had about 10,000 cases in the states at that point in time, and I told her it was her birthday weekend. I said, "Look, we're gonna enjoy this weekend, and we're gonna go out and take you out to eat. But this is the last weekend we going out. Right? We don't even eat out anymore. I don't even trust it because, like you said, it can be on any surface." And anybody can have it, and they don't know it. And what if they're preparing your food? So I mean, that's my concern.
You definitely are taking a chance.
Right.
You know, you're definitely taking a chance. It's no guarantee. It's definitely no guarantee.
I agree. I'm trying to see if we have any questions. I'm gonna read a comment. Linda Bishop says, and now Trump wants Easter to go on as always. Do you want the virus with those Easter eggs? So let me ask you this, Michelle. In your professional, honest opinion, how do you think this is going to be a short thing, a midterm, or do you think we're in this for the long haul? What is your professional gut telling you?
I feel like it's going to be. I think it's going to be a while, only because we're behind the gun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I feel like we're racing to catch up now, but I feel like we're behind the gun. Other part of it is that some people are taking this serious, and some people are like, "Oh my God, it's not a big deal," and whatever. Right. And people are still out and doing stuff. Here in Tyler, just yesterday, they at midnight last night they started the mandatory curfew.
Now, what does that mean? What does that mean for y'all?
That means that only you can go to only essential places. And so that is, to the gas station, to the hospital, to, the grocery store. And basically that's it. And then you should be in the house.
Okay.
They're giving out $1,000 fines for people and they're shutting the city down at midnight. So whatever you're doing, it should be done if you're not considered essential. Right. Essential people, you need to be in the house at midnight, and they're giving out $1,000 fines. I heard they gave out 3 last night, at least 3 that I know of. It might be more. Downtown Tyler last night, $1,000 fines.
Wow, it's not worth $1,000 for me to go out anywhere. Good, great.
So they gave us letters on Friday before we left from work that to keep on our person. Mm-hmm. That we're nurses, we're essential, so that we can go back and forth to work.
Okay. Wow, I didn't realize that. All right, so I'm gonna run through these numbers real quick. Worldwide right now, as of an hour ago, I checked these numbers at 7 o'clock. Well, it was about 7 o'clock Eastern time. 661,367 cases.
Wow.
30,671 deaths. And 141,464 have been recovered. Now, these are all worldwide numbers. In the United States alone, now get this, in the United States. Now, remember, it started in China, then it moved to Europe, and then now Italy is like the dead zone. I checked before we went on. I think Italy now has over 10,000 deaths.
Yeah.
Okay? Yeah. But it started in the East, China, and then it's moved across Europe, and now it's in the United States. Now, I don't believe the China numbers. Now, I'm not going to go into conspiracy theories tonight, but I don't believe the Chinese numbers. But as of right now, the United States is leading as far as cases. That's not where we want to be as far as number one. All right. So
definitely not.
Yeah. So stay at home if you have to go out. Protect yourself. It's like everywhere we go. We have gloves. Fortunately, in my industry, I keep gloves. So having gloves wasn't anything for me. Fortunately, in my industry, I keep masks. So we have our masks, we have our gloves, we have our sanitizer. And if you can't get sanitizer, which I know is hard to get, you can actually make your own hand sanitizer. Go on Google, type in how to make hand sanitizer. We made a whole batch of it here ourselves. Okay, so that's something else that you can do. But Michelle, you already answered this question, but where do you see so it took us, and I can't remember when the first case hit the United States. It wasn't that long ago, maybe like 4 or 5 weeks ago, and now we're over 100,000. Where do you see us in the next 4 or 5 weeks?
In the same situation. I don't see it. I honestly don't see it slowing down. Just because of, like I said, we're kind of behind the gun, and depending on what city you are, people are traveling. So
right.
I had so many people that I even knew personally that either were coming back from a cruise or that was trying to go on a cruise.
Right.
That had been to, a cheerleading competition. Yep. Or, one girl, her family, they had been to a cheerleading competition. The mother and the daughter was around somebody at the cheerleading competition that had tested positive. They came back to Tyler. the father went to work, knowing that the mother and the daughter was home sick. The father went to work. They had him out there for like 2 hours. Then they made him go home. But guess what? You've already everybody there. And so that's why this thing is traveling so fast, because it's just like people are not thinking, you know, if you're sick, if you're around somebody that's sick, stay home.
Right.
Just go ahead and self-quarantine, you know, and that I think that mindset is not there. And so it puts everybody else at risk.
I agree.
You have, you know, other people that are still hopping from place to place to place to place instead of just going where you need to go and come home.
I agree.
They're out socializing. You know.
While I'm thinking about it, for the folks that are on Facebook, give us some love. For the folks on YouTube, y'all hit the like button. And I wanted to promote Michelle's page, her group, while we on it. And if you look on the screen, go check out Michelle's group on Facebook. It's Team Wanna Go Fit. Because you still need to get, and you know what? That's a good subject right there, Michelle. And I know that we keep hearing that it's hitting the people who are less healthy or more at risk harder. So it's very important, especially now that we keep up our health. You know, I know we're all quarantined or self-quarantine or whatever, but you can jog in place, you can do push-ups, sit-ups, you can run in place, you can run around your backyard. I mean, so many things that you can do. And then the thing that I've been having trouble with, you cannot eat so much, because I know while we're in the house, we bored and we're watching Pure Flix. We watching Pure Flix, and all we doing is eating. So stop eating so much, y'all.
Yes. I just said this myself because I'm very much guilty. And, you know, I think because I've been trying to, you know, it's like the weight loss journey. I deal with the weight loss. For you guys that don't know me, I deal with weight loss and help people in their journey. And so it's a journey and it's not a race. So it goes up and down in spurts, right?
Peaks and valleys.
And so, you know, when you're in a stressful situation or you're feeling stressed, a lot of people are stress eaters.
Right.
I'm one of those people. So one of the things that I did, because chocolate helps in stressful situations, it helps to release happy endorphins.
Mm-hmm.
And so instead of buying big candy bars, I bought the little miniature ones.
How's that working out for you?
Well, it doesn't help when you eat 5 of them, but I think it's going to be
because two normally equals 1. So when you buy the small ones, you eat 5. That way.
Doesn't help to eat 5 big ones, but you know, nevertheless,
hey,
it is what
you say. It's a journey. It is definitely a journey.
I am going on a COVID. I'm going on a COVID flush come Monday.
Okay.
Lord knows.
Right, I'm gonna read a few of these comments. Let me see here. My mama said that's why they are saying stay at home. That was when we was talking about, you know, staying at home. Yura says I have to show a work letter if I'm stopped on the way to work, and I just requested one of those from my company because I'm considered essential personnel. So I requested one of those from my boss Friday, and she was like, "What's that?" Because like out here in Virginia, I keep reporting to the group that it's not bad like it is other places, and because of that, people out here are still just living their lives and still doing their normal thing, and it's gonna hit out here like crazy, you know. And I don't know if you noticed, but it started in China and it swept across, you know, Asia and Europe. Now it started in the west coast of the United States, and it's sweeping toward the east. If y'all, I don't know if y'all noticed that or not, but that's what's happening.
That's definitely what's happening.
Ivan King said, yes, ma'am. Ivan King said it is true that patients take ibuprofen and Advil that have it worse. Is that true?
I have no idea. I have been hearing that. I honestly could not tell you yay or nay on that. I have no idea if that's a truth. I have heard that as well, but I have no idea.
Let me see here. Knife Collector says, I'm sitting here eating veggie lasagna. Can't stop right now.
See, that's what I mean. If you're going to eat, at least eat something healthy.
That's right. Eat healthy.
then you don't have to feel as bad. So,
Oh, guys. So we got a question. What are some things to do to help with depression and anxiety while in quarantine for people who live alone? Good question.
that is a great question. One of the things that you can do is you can utilize your social media. So, like if you have Messenger, then that means you are not alone. Just like we're utilizing technology right now, you can FaceTime people, you can message them, you can take this time to catch up with some people that you may not have talked to, in a long time, or just call your family members and tell them that you love them instead of that quick, hey, how you doing? Okay, bye. And actually have some deep conversation. That is one of the things that is really crucial about this time, is that you try to stay in a place of gratefulness.
Right.
So say some people are like, I don't have any friends, or it's just me, or whatever. If that's the case, then try to figure out some things that you can be grateful for.
Yes.
What are some things that you can work on for yourself? Because I just don't believe God doesn't make mistakes. And so I feel like this time is a time of reflection. We have been in some times of separation. Everybody's so busy. And this time is forcing us to, one, take some time and, one, have faith and trust God, if anything. But two is to take some time to work on yourself. So if I'm in a place that I know I want to start a business, utilize this time to start working on some of those goals that you've been putting off and you haven't really had time to do.
True.
Utilize this time to maybe get your house together, get your house straight. I suffer with depression myself. And one of the things that really would bother me when I was really, really bad in it is that I didn't have time, because I work so much and I'm in different things. I didn't have time to keep my house the way that I wanted it. So just my house being not together, when I came home, it would mess with my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's you, take this time to maybe clean your house, fix up, do something different. Just recently, I was supposed to move, and I'm not going to move now. And that was kind of messing with my spirit. You know how you're ready to do something,
yep,
but you really can't do it. And so it's like, you're kind of down on yourself. And my girlfriend, she said, you know what? We're going to spruce your house up. We're going to change some things around. Maybe change your room around. If you got brown, change your colors in your house. Things like that. Little things that you can do to kind of make it better.
It's a great time to paint your house.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it is, but do something different and do some things for yourself. Some things for yourself.
And I'll add to that. For people who have backyards, front yards, this is a great time for you to start getting your garden together. That'll do two things. That'll give you some exercise. You'll be working out in the yard, and you'll be getting plenty of sunshine. So that's another thing you can do. And one thing, like I've been telling the group, really enjoy this time right now, okay?
Yeah.
Because you got internet, you got what's it called again? You got Pureflix, you got Netflix, you got Netflix, Doflix, you got all kind of streaming services. Catch up on your movies. If you like reading, read your books. Right now is the time to really kind of not do anything but enjoy, because the way I see it going one or two ways. It's going to get a heck of I see it going one way. I think it's going to get a lot worse before it gets better. And I think that they're going to tighten down the quarantines a lot more. And I think that while you have an opportunity to really enjoy the time right now, because there might be a time where you won't be able to enjoy the time. Okay. Yeah. And you have to go out and work in your garden, and you have to clean up your house, or you have to do some things. So right now, really enjoy this time. And we've been I don't even know what day this is that we're supposed to be voluntarily quarantined, but enjoy it. That's one thing I can tell you guys. And stop stressing about something you can't control, which is the coronavirus. You cannot control it. Okay. Yeah. You can't control what you do.
Exactly. You can't control what you do. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly.
Well, look, honey, it's coming up on an hour. I know we can go 3 or 4, and I know you would, but I'm gonna let you go back to your Pureflix with your honey.
Thank you. Look, he'll appreciate you for that.
Yes, but I do want to shout out your team wanna go fit. If you're on Facebook, go
Yes.
and and it's not subscribe. What is it? Request. Is that what it is?
Yeah, you request just and it's 2 N's, WANNA.
Oh,
Wanna go
hold on.
fit.
Let me change. I'm glad you said that. Hold on. Let me change it for you. Why you didn't say that earlier?
I just saw it. I just looked. I just saw it.
Ah.
But
I'm gonna do something different this time. Watch this. You're gonna be impressed. You ready? Here we go. Bam. Oh, there it is, right there. Look at that.
oh, that's fancy.
Oh, now look out.
Come on through, brother.
All right, so y'all go and check out Michelle's group, Team Wanna Go Fit, and she's always constantly doing lives. I think you're doing what on Wednesday nights?
On nights, normally at around 8 o'clock Eastern. Nope, not Eastern.
Central.
What is it? Central time? Sorry.
Yeah, 9 Eastern, 8 Central.
Yeah, Central.
And she always has really good information. Always.
Yeah, we're covering different, I just cover different topics, just as the young lady was saying about depression and anxiety or weight loss or, different things. Right now, we're doing a self-care challenge. And so just trying to get people to take better care of themselves and think about yourselves. Because if you're like me, most women, we are caregivers. And so it's hard for us to take care of ourselves. And so we're doing a 12-week challenge where we are, and it's not too late to join. It's until it's over to the last day, which isn't until the last weekend, the last Wednesday before Memorial Day weekend, which is like the 28th, I want to say, of May. And so there's still plenty of time to join us if you want to do that. I'm interested in the young lady who had the fever. She never came back. Did she come back?
Let me see if Tara's still here with us. Tara, I would send her the link so she can get on, but I know she won't. Baby, did Tara ever come back and let us know about her symptoms and what she was doing? Tara, answer now if you're still on. With your fever, have you had any other symptoms? She said no. I'm waiting for an answer, y'all. All right, and also for my Facebook folks, please go over and check us out on YouTube at oh, she never did. That's misspelled too. Lord, man, I must have had fat fingers tonight when I was putting this stuff together. All right, so she didn't come. She didn't come back in and talk with us, Michelle.
Okay. Well, if you if she needs to talk to me, then please hit me up and just have her to contact me.
Okay.
Or you can send her, give her my information. I'm completely fine with that.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, yes, ma'am. Well, thank you so much, my sister from another mister. And
yes.
I absolutely love you, and I appreciate you for all that you do, not only for our community back home, but also for our church, because Michelle is one of our members of my old home church, the Tyler Church of Living God, Pillar Ground of Truth at 1326 North Palace Street, Tyler, Texas, where the Honorable Bishop, Dr. Overseer, I almost said her first name. Oh my, she'd have been so mad. I almost called her first name.
Better not do it. Don't you do my pastor like that.
Overseer Pastor Chappelle. I sure almost said her first name. Lord, she'd have been so mad. She did not mention it was going into her chest. Okay, good. All right, so I think she might be.
She did mention it was going into her chest.
She said, "Oh yeah, she did say it was going to her chest." Yes, she did.
Okay, so I would say for that, where's she at?
She's in Georgia.
She's in Georgia. So I would say for that, I would continue to monitor. If she's not having, and I'm not sure what going into her chest means, if that's just post-nasal drip type of deal, or if she's having some kind of shortness of breath.
Oh, let me see if I can find the chat, because I do remember her saying something about her chest.
Somebody said I had 10 cheese doodles for dinner. Moderation, homestead.
Oh, my folks over here, they funny as I don't know what. They do everything, and they do everything in moderation, all at the same time.
Right. Moderation is the key, boo.
That's
Moderation
right.
is
Moderation is the key. Yeah, I don't see. You know, I'm gonna reach out to her.
yeah.
I'll reach out to her, and then I'll
Let me know.
yeah.
I will say, okay, I'll just say this. If you have a fever, so you have a fever and you don't have anything else. So like my cousin is actually going through this right now. She has a fever. She does not have any other symptoms but the fever. I would just go around the clock, make sure that you're, if you don't want to take Advil, you're afraid, and just take some Tylenol around the clock. If the fever goes above 100.2 and stays, it comes back. So it goes down and then it comes back up. Then that's possibly something bacterial, and you may need
After
to
how
be
many
seen.
hours, Michelle? Like you check your temp is 100.2 now. How many hours later on should you check it?
Normally, within 4 to 6 hours, the Tylenol is supposed to stay in your system. So
Okay.
you have a temperature, you take it in 4 to 6 hours, you take it again, it's plummeting back up instead of remaining down or staying lower than what it was before. Then that possibly means it's something bacterial. So when I say bacterial, I mean maybe an ear infection, maybe a UTI, maybe a sinus, upper respiratory pneumonia type deal, something like that. There may be bacteria, something else is going on if the fever is staying.
Okay.
And so, of course, that's kind of general. I would, of course, need more information and triage to really know for sure to tell you what to do. But if it goes up, then you should be assessed. You should see a doctor. You should see, call your primary care doctor. If you have something that goes up like in the 102s, 3s, that type of deal, that's go to the emergency room. That's not a stay home and check your temperature. So,
all right, one last question before I let you go. Now, Jennifer and I are taking our temperature every morning, and we pop in vitamin D and vitamin C every morning. My temperature runs 96.8, 97.3. What's wrong with me?
Nothing.
Okay.
Nothing. And one too, because because of your lifestyle and how you are, healthier.
Yeah.
Your temperature is going to be nice and low and chill. It's almost like athletes who their heart rate runs closer to 60, where the average person's heart rate is closer between 80s and 100, between 80s and 90s. And so everybody's just a little different, but as long as you're fine, boo.
Jennifer tell me every morning, she's like, "Oh, you about to die." I'm like, "No, I'm good. I feel good. 96.8, I'm all right."
She's gonna kill you off, huh?
Yeah,
you gotta
try to get that insurance money.
Over there. Got some good insurance.
Yes, Lord. All right. Well, look, thank you so much, Shelly. We're gonna do this again, and I'll call you last minute another time. We can do it again, okay?
Sure.
All right, honey. You have a good night.
Good night, fam.
And tell your honey I said I appreciate him for giving you to us for an hour.
I will.
All right. All right. You be blessed. Talk to you later.
Hi, fam.
All right. Y'all have a good one. All right. Thank y'all for being here. We out. Sending y'all some love. We're gonna do it again tomorrow night, same time. Okay. I'm gonna have a different healthcare professional on tomorrow evening, and then possibly on Monday as well, but definitely tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Okay. So I love you guys, and we're signing off. And make sure you go check us out on YouTube at Plant Based Homestead Prepper. And we will be live again in the morning for church if you're interested on my Facebook page. And if you want to be a part of that, you can go to Mount Gilead, Norfolk, Virginia, and you can be live, a part of that live service if you're down with that. Okay. All right. Thank y'all so much for being here. Ashley says good information. Stella says bye, Jennifer. Night, Jennifer. Bye, everyone. Bye, Estella. We always talk about food. True, Linda. We are always talking about food. All right, y'all be blessed. I'm gonna sit here for a minute and not say anything so that Facebook can catch up. Actually, no, I'm gonna step away so I'll know when Facebook is caught up with us. Okay. I love y'all. Mwah. Take care. All right, looks like we caught up. See y'all later. Take care.